welcome back to BLOCKTV. This is CryptoCraze, where pop culture meets cryptocurrency. Today we have a very special guest. Jason Paige has had a long and illustrious career in music, performing with superstars such as Michael Jackson, Ray Charles, and Liza Minnelli, just to name a few. Jason, you're also famous for being the singer of the Pokemon theme song, definitely very dear to my heart, but now you've been thrust into the spotlight again with your latest hit, Bitcoin Gotta Cash Them All, set to the Pokemon theme song tune. Jason, great to see you. Now, before we get into the interview, okay, let's watch the clip. What do you say?
Yeah, let's check it out.
Okay, check out the clip.
I wanna pay with the very best, like no one ever has. To mine them is our real test, to use them is our cause. It will travel across the land, all decentralized. Just use Bitcoin to understand the power that's inside. Bitcoin, gotta cash it's more than currency. I know it's our destiny. Bitcoin. Oh, the banks are scared, cause it's spreading everywhere. Bitcoin, a network to trust, so true. The blockchain will pull us through. You teach me, and I'll teach you about Bitcoin. Gotta cash 'em all. Gotta cash 'em all. Yeah.
Jason, unbelievable. Thank you so much for joining us. Jason, to start off, how did you first get into cryptocurrencies?
Oh my God, I think it was stemming, and this is from a lot of people's experience, from my Ron Paul experience. I started Ron Pauling in 2007, and 2012 I was really gunning for him. But in 2010, I was having a discussion about the illegality of the Ron Paul Liberty Dollar. Somebody made a Ron Paul coin that was made illegal. My friend said, "Oh, that's not illegal. There's tons of stuff you can use besides that." And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Yeah, check this out. There's a digital currency." And he sent me the Bitcoin link to Bitcoin. And I checked it out. And I was like, "Wow, this sounds really cool." And I immediately went from, all right, it's maybe not going to be the main dude. It's going to be the next guy. It's not the MySpace, but it's the Facebook. So I downloaded the Litecoin client, started mining some Litecoin.
Wow.
But that was pretty much it. Discussions about liberty, discussions about monetary policy, and web searches led us to discover Bitcoin, Litecoin, and cryptocurrency in general.
Right. So you're saying this was in 2007 when you first got into all this?
I got into Ron Paul in 2007,
Yeah,
then I got understood this in about 2010.
Wow.
2000.
So what was Bitcoin at when you first got into it? What was the price?
God, it was under $100 at that point.
Did you happen to purchase any of the Bitcoin at that low?
I know I didn't. I started mining the Litecoin, and we kind of just got disinterested with it for a year or so, and my computer broke down, and whatever Litecoin I had mined on my computer was lost.
All right, that's the.
But then when they started coming out with Cryptopia, no, not Cryptopia, Crypsy had a whole bunch of coins, and people started talking about all the other coins that you could make. And I got into Crypsy and bought into some of those coins. And actually, I only bought Bitcoin to get into the other coins, which is interesting because the mother of them all is really where the true value is. And all those coins were lost when Crypsy went down, and they took everybody's money from that exchange.
Mm-hmm.
But then I did, and then of course soon after that, when Bitcoin was still under 1,000, is when I understood the value of Bitcoin itself, and I bought more, and I used it. I was one of the people using it, not hodling.
Well, what was some of the first use cases that were using Bitcoin for?
Well, the first things I did was I would give it to my friends as gifts, and direct them to the Coinbase wallet. And I accepted payments from other people who wanted to pay me. and could pay me in crypto. Matter of fact, I demanded to be paid in crypto by one guy, and he was like, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah, yeah." He was in Australia, and I did a session for him for backgrounds for something, and I was like, "It's just going to be too difficult, the Australian conversion, and just send me the crypto." And he did it, and he was like, "Wow, that was really easy." So, and then I started buying gift cards. Well, tipping people that obviously had the Bitcoin logo there. But I had this company called Gift will buy gift cards for Starbucks, for Whole Foods, for Best Buy. So I mean, literally was in Best Buy a few years ago, and I was like, oh, I should buy this with a gift card. Went on Gift, bought the gift card with Bitcoin, applied it to the Best Buy card, and checked out of Best Buy with a crypto exchange, pretty much. I mean, it had to go through a couple of different brokers, but it was basically crypto at Best Buy at that point. Now, of course, that Gift is expanded to even more brands, so you can buy just about anything with it now. Of course, if the fees were lower, it'd be a little bit easier to do right now. But
well,
now
like,
that the fees are so high.
Right. You already discussed, as a performer in one occurrence when you worked for someone in Australia, you demanded being paid in crypto. As a performer, how do you think that cryptocurrencies, with all the characteristics that come along with it, how has that empowered you as a performer, and how do you see it empowering performers and creators such as yourself all over?
Well, I think once they get the new technologies together where you're able to mass distribute and receive mass payments, there's a couple of companies doing it right now. Hedera Hashgraph has a thing called I forgot what the name is, but it's a music application that allows artists to distribute their music and collect crypto for it. But I think that's going to really empower artists to do it direct to customer. Just as with any business, it's them and their product right to the customer, and they get paid. So they don't need to get through 5 different channels that all take a piece out of it, and they can offer lower prices. So it makes it a better voluntary exchange.
Well, speaking of creators and creations, your amazing song Bitcoin Cash 'Em All, what inspired you to write that song?
Well, I wanted to use the power of Pokemon and the recognizability of the song to inspire as many people as possible to get into the ecosystem. And I've been thinking about it for about a year now, and I put the lyrics together about a year ago, and have been working with them to get them just right, so that they give all the right messages throughout. But in 2012, as I was Ron Pauling, I did a Ron Paul, gotta catch 'em all, when Ron Paul was catching delegates around in the Republican primaries. So I've used parody to spread messages before, and I'll continue to do that in the future. I think it's a really powerful way to connect people with the music they understand and know already, but new messages that can, enlighten them and bring them into this ecosystem.
Well, what has been the feedback that you've gotten from the community, so far on the song?
Oh, it's great. It's great feedback. There have been a couple of great articles that have been distributed amongst crypto news sites. There's 30 or 40 news sites that have picked up the article, and everybody loves it. I wasn't sure what the Pokemon community would think, but it's a 25 to 35-year-old demographic for Pokemon, and that's basically the demographic for Bitcoin too. So I figured the Pokemon people would already be into cryptocurrency, and they have loved it just as much. When I did the Ron Paul Pokemon, the Pokemon people did not like it. They weren't into the politics
the
of
wrong,
it. But
the wrong demographic there. A little older.
It was the wrong
older,
demographic,
yeah.
right?
Okay.
Although it was mostly college students, but the Pokemon people were not into the politics of it. But they have Pokecoins that they trade, that they use in the Pokemon Go app, and I imagine at some point Niantic is gonna is going to transfer all of their technology over to blockchain technology as well to make their Pokecoins even more efficient.
Right. I mean, I could tell you personally, as someone who fits in that demographic, who grew up on Pokemon, and I love crypto as well. The connection I thought was unbelievable. I really enjoyed the song. Love the tie, by the way. Question: If each crypto had to be its own Pokemon, which Pokemon would Bitcoin be? Which Pokemon would Ethereum be? And which Pokemon would Libra be if you could consider it a cryptocurrency?
Oh God, you got to be a Pokemon expert to answer that question. Geez, I guess Pokemon is Pikachu.
Yeah.
That's pretty obvious. The mother of them all, the most electrifying and powerful. Ethereum's got to be maybe a Charizard. That and maybe we've got the Squirtle is the Litecoin. And maybe there's one of those like Gengar is maybe I don't know, because all Pokemon are basically good. They're all your Pokemon for your best interest. And Libra, I'm not really sure is for our best interest yet. I think the whole thing will bring more people into the ecosystem, but I think it's ultimately a way to just track people and their activities financially. And then, of course, restrict people and their financial activities. So, and I don't think Pokemon are into doing nefarious things like that. So that would be the nemesis of Pokemon.
Well, I mean, I've seen your studio. You have a great setup over there. I've seen, you have a lot of these Improv Loop songs on your website, jasonpaige.com. Any chance we get a special live improv special?
Oh, for BLOCKTV? Yeah. BLOCKTV, Jason Paige on BLOCKTV. 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 BLOCKTV, Jason Paige on BLOCKTV, Jason Paige on BLOCKTV. Jason Paige is on BLOCKTV right now, yeah. And he's gonna improv songs and show you how, yeah. You can use your crypto all around the world, it's true, yeah. And Alon is gonna spread this word to you. Jason Paige on BLOCKTV. Jason Paige on BLOCKTV. Yeah. BLOCKTV. Jason Paige on BLOCKTV.
Wow. Bravo. Wow. That was a special Jason Paige
we can
for you.
Publishing on that, since it's your brand and my music,
Okay, we might use that. We might use that for all our CryptoCraze openers. Let me ask you another question. I'm not sure what time it is over there in LA, but Bitcoin, earlier today had a massive jump of $1,000, and I want to know how much of that do you think could be directly attributed to the news that you were going to be on BLOCKTV today?
I think entirely was because of that news. I mean, I have always been like riding these waves, and I thought for this time I'm going to make this wave, just like you guys are. You're creating the wave. You are the generator of the energy in the ecosystem, as opposed to just following it along and looking for what's going on. You're actually making what's going on, and that's really powerful. You guys have a really great organization there and doing some really great work. And I loved what you guys did when the song came out. Thank you so much for that brilliant interview. And you did the research too, which is great too. You didn't just talk about it. You went to my website and you got my credits and the whole thing. Thank you so much for that.
No problem at all, Jason. And this community really needs great creators and contributors like you as well, who keep on pumping good content, fun content. We see a lot of the fun business side in cryptocurrency, but you bring a lot of people also like you are bringing the more fun aspect in the pop culture, because up until now cryptocurrency has kind of until recently really gotten a bad rep in pop culture. Mostly it's the bad guy who's funneling money through cryptocurrencies, but But we got to change that. I think we could, especially with your new Jason Paige on BLOCKTV improv song that will probably go viral, I'm going to imagine.
Yeah, I'm hoping all those articles written about it. Way more money is laundered and funneled into horrible things. Way more cash is laundered and funneled into horrible things than Bitcoin. So the real danger is that all of those people and government will continue to do that and have it in a more efficient way. Their bad actions will become more efficient with Bitcoin. I mean, that's the price we pay, but our actions can become more efficient. And we can also protect against them as well.
Jason Paige, Jason, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for keep on doing your thing. If you can, you want to play us out with the song to leave us off?
Let's get right into it.
All right, Jay.
BLOCKTV, Jason Paige on BLOCKTV.
I'm on BLOCKTV, yeah.
BLOCKTV, Jason Paige on BLOCKTV. BLOCKTV, Jason Paige on BLOCKTV.
Thank you, Lord.
Jason Paige on BLOCKTV.
Yeah, you gotta cash them all.
Jason Paige on BLOCKTV. Jason Paige on BLOCKTV.
For more news and updates, follow us on Twitter.
Paige on BLOCKTV.
Thank you, Lord.